welcome back to Houseplants on a Budget. It's Jen here and I'm going to do a quick tour of the plants just to show you how they're looking in May. So I've repotted a lot of my peely plants, taken a lot of the pups out the bottom of that. I have another video all about that, so I won't spend too long looking at those, but so far still looking good. I wanted to talk mainly about my allocation plant because we've got some nice new leaves on this. So obviously it's growing season for alocasias. Apparently they go quite dormant in the winter, and as you might know, when they grow a new leaf they often lose an old leaf, but this one's doing quite well at the moment and doesn't seem to have lost any leaves yet. So let's do a quick leaf count. Some looking better than others. This is obviously quite an old one, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a new one coming here, and we've got some more small ones growing on the side. So I'm pretty pleased with that. The allocation's looking pretty good. And this is one that I took off of it last year, and that's also growing nicely and got a new leaf, although this one does look like it's going to probably lose an old leaf. Swinging around to my Anthurium Plowmanii, this is just coming on leaps and bounds. It had a new leaf that was, say, this big about a week or two ago, and in that short space of time it's grown this big, so it's blooming massive. My hand for size comparison, old lady wrinkly hand, but really impressed with that. I didn't know that it was going to grow so big, so that's quite exciting. Not sure whether I ought to be repotting this soon. I only bought it last year, but if we have a look at the base, here we go. It has a lot of aerial roots. I'm not really sure how best to go about getting that out of there without damaging it. But what a bargain for £4.50. I think that one was money well spent. Over here we've got the Ficus Elastica that I haven't had for all that long, going a bit crispy on the leaves. Don't know what's going on with that. Hopefully nothing too untoward. But I noticed it is quite a thirsty plant. It probably needs watering, so perhaps that one's not getting quite enough water. Pleasantly surprised that the Calathea Polly is still with me. Down to 2 leaves. As I said, I think it got rotten roots and the main ball of its roots did collapse, so it's just surviving on a couple of stringy roots. But it's still here, so well done you, keep it up. In the corner of pots and plants in this corner shelf that I got from TK Maxx, just to make a bit more use of the space. And on the top there I've got some young peelies. I've ended up with quite a lot of peelies now from propagating them, so as much as possible I'm giving those away to people now as gifts. Also got some young Monstera plants on there. A bit further down in the sick bay is my poor lemon lime maranta. Now, a lot of my plants have been treated recently as a precaution for pests. I think this one did have a pest problem. Oh, look at the poor thing, it's not doing so well. So I've taken some pieces off to try and grow. So it looks like it might be on its way out, which is a big shame because I was very excited to get one of those. But if I look over here at one of the cuttings, that's already getting a root on it. So I took off this piece that looked okay, and here we are, one little root. Maybe a little root coming there as well. So hopefully might be able to grow another one from that. Ugly exercise bike there. Just popped that plant there. I don't normally keep a plant on the seat. I do actually sometimes use it for its purpose. But for today, it can be a shelf for Monstera Adansonii, which is still looking nice and healthy. A couple of lovely new plants now. This beauty is a Calathea Zabrina. I picked that one up in London. I think it was about about £14. I love it so much, I got it its own table to sit on. It's doing okay, although this leaf started going a bit crispy. I think I'm going to have to up my plant watering game because I do have very hard water here. So I'm going to try and collect rainwater, which might be difficult using a shared car park, but I'll see how it goes because I don't have a garden to collect it. Any tips for collecting rainwater? Much appreciated. How gorgeous are these leaves? Getting quite a thing for the Calathea family. Just next to it, this one I spotted while I was out on my lunch break the other day and came across a shop selling beautiful houseplants I didn't know was there. I think this one is a Calathea Miso. It's lovely and was only, as you can see, £6.50, which I think is quite a bargain. I've only had it, say, a week, but so far it's settling in very nicely. Beautiful, shiny, healthy leaves on that. Whilst we're talking about Calatheas, let's just check the rest of the gang. Calathea Orbifolia has a beautiful new pot. Calathea Fasciata. I've also got some crispiness going on here, but altogether, I think overall still looking pretty healthy. This one came from the same shop in London where we got the Zabrina. It's a shop that's near Liverpool Street train station. Lovely shop, would recommend anytime you're in London. And this guy on the end was from M&S. He's still doing very well, he or she or they. Calathea Anok, or however we pronounce you. We've had some lovely new leaves on you as well. You can see the lighter new leaf there. So Calatheas seem to quite like living in our flat, which is handy. Plant's still looking reasonably happy on the DIY plant ladder. Don't we love an asparagus fern? It makes you want to sit in a forest of them. Oh, who have we got here? You're a Calathea as well, aren't you? Calaphia Freddy. You were a tiny plant from M&S as well, £2.50. So we've definitely got a theme going on here with all these beautiful leaves with their dark veins. I'm very drawn to them. Satin Pothos for Wilco's. That's doing well. Almost £5. And we've already had a couple of new leaves on you and more are coming. So pleased with that. Monsteras doing beautifully. This one was a nice new leaf recently, nice big one. And we've got more new leaves coming here. I'll pop a photo of the one in my bedroom. They're quite happy with the partial shade being further back in the house. So I'm pleased to have got the small pest problem under control, and I did use Neem Oil as a few people suggested. Did make another video and talked a bit more about treating things with Neem Oil and also the smell, but needs must. If my babies need stinky goop put on them, then that's my job as plant mother, isn't it? Also picked up another bottle of houseplant feed. Since everything's growing quite big and green and luscious, I'm hoping that that one was a good choice. I think that's it for now. I'll catch you later. I hope you're all doing well. Take care. Bye.